Alderman Piper.
Here.
Alderman Brown.
Here.
Alderman Gilbert.
Here.
Alderman Sedlak.
Here.
Alderman McPherson.
Here.
Alderman King.
All right. So everybody stand up, lead them to pledge allegiance. Gilbert, lead us to pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. Everybody stay standing and lead us in prayer. Lord, be with us tonight. Be with our members of the board. Be with everybody here in our community. Be with us in our decisions that we make as best decisions that we know we cannot do these decisions. We cannot make this work without you being on our side and being in our minds. Be with everybody in our community in this town that may be sick, whatever reasons they need you in their heart, in their household. Just be with them and give them well, if it be in your will, dear Lord. Be with the ones, firefighters and our police officers, and keep them out of harm's way and keep us safe, dear Lord. And I also want to thank you for everything you've done for me and my family and our family here. And I want you to be with Danny and his family as they go forward in their life. They cannot do it without you either. Be on their side. Amen. All right. Y'all look at the agenda, have plenty of time to adopt it.
Make a motion to adopt the
Got a
agenda.
motion, I have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Y'all looked over the minutes, have any questions or anything over them?
Make a motion to approve minutes, Mr. Mayor.
Got a motion to approve the minutes, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Citizens input. Anybody here speak for anything that's on the agenda tonight or anything you want to bring up? All right, having none, go forward. Communication from me. Only thing I want to talk about is we got a lot coming up. We got the 4th of July coming up. Our committee we set for has done a fantabulous job of getting everything together, still working on it. I think everything's in line and still got a lot to do. Got the tractor pool coming up pretty quick. I think that's a lot we're gonna try to be involved in. I think that's coming up pretty soon. So town's fixing to get real busy. Gonna be really busy the next 2 months. I also want to bring up, I don't know if everybody knows this to be aware of it, Danny is resigning from us. He's retiring. He's going further in his life, and I want to appreciate everything he's done for this town, because we was definitely in a bad spot, and we were now. So I just want to personally appreciate him. We're gonna pray for him and his family that everything he wants to do is what he desires to do. And having that to say, other than that, that's about all I got. We go forward. Reports from the police department. Y'all looked over them. Got any questions? He's here to speak with. Chief's here. Y'all got any questions for him? Y'all looked over the report. Having none, go over the fire. Got any questions for Chief? Fire Chief, he's here. Y'all got any questions for him? All right, financial. Y'all got anything else to talk about, go over? All right, having none, we'll move on to Dan.
All right, bring you update on our ARP project for sewer lines. Headco and Davis will be opening project bids July the 2nd. Project construction is scheduled to start, he's hoping in August. What that means is we'll be increasing our lines going down the highway north with 10-inch, correct, Donnie? 10-inch sewer line, so it'll handle the capacity and growth that we're expecting. It is gonna be a project that is gonna be very visible to the public. By that I mean there is gonna be a lot of things going on, and we'll have to plan accordingly. There'll be traffic jams, I'm sure, with the minimum as possible, but at the same time, there will be some things there on the side of the road that at times will be kind of congested. So that's a good thing. Again, that's ARP funding that we got received, and we'll hopefully have those things taken care of on that. The water team and I'll be meeting with Wofford Engineering in the morning for our monthly update on the wastewater treatment plant progress. Everything seems to be going there. I don't foresee any, changes or anything that will, take away from what they're doing down there. It seems to be on schedule. You know, they're still saying probably November, based on what we're hearing. I'll know more tomorrow if there's been any other delays on certain components, but for the most part, that's going really well. They're a good group that's been pretty well sticking to schedule, and weather permits and everything, they'll knock out quite a bit. One thing I've got is, we received a letter from TDEC, the Department of Water Resources, this week, and the town of Chapel Hill scored 599 out of 599 for a perfect score. Let me repeat that. We scored 599 out of 599 for our water department. Okay, now what that means is our team is doing a very good job in making sure the operations and the quality and safety of the water is being taken care of through the survey. So again, this is a state survey. They came in, did that recently, and again, we earned 599 out of the possible 599 and 100%. What that means is that the Chapel Hill water system is on the state's approved category. So if you're getting emails saying that our water is polluted and that type of stuff, it is a scam. It is false. Okay? That is not true. Our water system is very safe. So we're starting to get some calls. Lewisburg has had this situation as well. They've been getting scam calls as well, and it's ongoing. So it's out there. Just letting you know that we're very safe, and our water system is, our team is doing a very good job on that. For the record, according to the state, our population, and this is the state number that I plan on using, it is estimated population of 3,425, 3,425, the city of Chapel Hill. That's not the zip code of Chapel Hill, that is the city of Chapel Hill. Okay? There is a big difference, contrary to what some people want to say. The number of required back T samples that we're going to have to take will increase from 3 to 4 beginning July the 1st. So every month we'll have to pull 4 back Ts. And again, that is part of the survey and part of the system, making sure that our water system is safe and good for the public. And again, thanks to our water team, Donnie heading that group up. Much appreciated, Donnie, on things you guys are doing and so forth. But I did want to bring that up. With that also being said, our water loss, which they noted in this letter as well, between the time it came out and what we're indicating with our new meter system, early indications are that our new meters are capturing some of the water loss that we were seeing in our system. Thanks to our board's approval of the new meter system that we have, we're now capturing that, and the numbers are really starting to look good. We feel that the investment in those new meters are starting to pay for itself, and we'll continue to have some things there. The system is pretty tight. The state is wanting, based on conferences and stuff that I've been involved with, states wanting to have all the systems under 20%. You know, we can all wish for a lot of things, but that's one of the things that they're asking all the municipalities and water systems to be under 20% loss. So we'll see how that goes. Preliminary numbers are showing that we're right at 18% now. So again, kudos, and that's down from 44%, by the way. So just let you know that again, doing some things there to work at. The new tanker has been delivered to Station 2. Our volunteer fire department is equipped to handle the needs of our town now. If you haven't seen it, it's outside sitting there. Chief drove it up today. I wanted to make sure you guys could eyeball it if you wanted to. Again, thank you for that investment. Bottom line is we've got a volunteer fire department that serves the municipal fire department, if that makes sense. those guys do a great job, and I appreciate that. We also have a new patrol unit. I think it's here, but hasn't been detailed out, or it hasn't? Okay. So
Just
we.
got it a few hours ago.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's at the PD and it'll go for striping tomorrow.
Okay, good deal. So I knew that was in the making. Again, that gives us a new vehicle on the road for our police department. We'll have it striped out, ready to go here before too long. Again, our fire department, police departments are well equipped. 4th of July fireworks extravaganza will be here in a couple of weeks, probably about 3 weeks. We want to invite families and friends out to celebrate our country's Declaration of Freedom. Again, that'll be July the 4th, Friday, July the 4th. We'll have vendors, food trucks, music during the day, and fireworks be capping off the night's events. Special thanks to our sponsors for their generosity. 2 most recent corporate sponsors that donated was Jeff Knox Construction Company and Mr. Charles Holland. So thank y'all for your contribution, and I think the committee is still taking care of getting the sponsors and so forth between now and then. So again, if you're wanting to donate, feel free to come by. We'll be glad to take your money and write you a receipt.
Absolutely.
So, again, thanks. I'm expecting the traffic study results from Rebecca Bray, who is the senior project engineer, or manager, I'm sorry, senior project manager for Langen Engineer. I hope this will give us new and complete data on traffic flow through the corridor here. That should be in, I'm hoping, this week. And it'll also help us planning, recruiting, and also new grant applications. So once we have some updated information, it'll allow me to use that, as well as their new population information to people that are interested in Chapel Hill. Speaking of growth, our growth numbers, the Chapel Hill area in Marshall County is experiencing noteworthy growth. According to data from the comptroller, this comes from the comptroller, in counties south of Nashville, Marshall County ranks 3rd, only behind Rutherford and Murray County. So we're seeing quite a bit of growth south of Nashville. We're having about a 10.3% growth rate. That's very good and very strong. Chapel Hill being a strong part of that number. The county population is around 37,847. So, kind of give you an idea of our growth. Just a quick update on communication between the county. Any interaction, I'm still to hear anything from Mayor Kenny's office. And that's all I have.
So that'd be 0.
Yeah.
0. Thank you, Dan. Got no old business, y'all? Nobody said anything to talk about, nothing on old business? Got none? Under new business?
10.3%. Based on the information I
We
got.
got somebody here for the Eagle Scouts.
We do. Mr. Owen Harrington, is here. He's gonna give you a quick update on the Eagle Scout project, which I think the board is aware of, but I wanted him to, kind of give you an update, and I've got some pictures and cards I'll pass around here in just a moment to talk, but I'll let, Mr. Owen here, first of all, tell a little bit about the project and his thing.
Also, more pictures in here if y'all want to look at it on the black pages. So, as you introduced me, my name is Owen Harrington. I saw a problem that at our last Veterans Day ceremony, one of the benches broke, and that meant there was limited seating for people. So I took the opportunity and started my Eagle Scout project on building some more seating for the park. Everything went smoothly, so that was good. There's no problems. I was able to get all my materials donated, which was good. We didn't have to pay for it out of pocket. And we went up there this past weekend after he put them out there about 2 weeks ago. So we went out this past weekend to put plaques on them that say my name, and that was part of my Eagle Scout projects, and to make sure that they weren't falling apart or nothing. And they seem to be doing good.
Yeah,
Nice
Owen,
job.
I had a couple of meetings, and he's got a pretty, if you look through his plan and everything, it's pretty detailed out. I was impressed of the paperwork that he had to lay out for this project. If a lot of people came to the planning committee with that type of planning and everything, it'd go a lot smoother. So I appreciate everything Owen's done. He sent us a card. He said, to Danny Bingham in the town of Chapel Hill, thank you for allowing me to do my Eagle Scout project for the park. I really appreciate your support and enthusiasm in the project. Thanks again, Owen Harrington. So with that being said, the board, we have a proclamation for you, Owen.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that we're honoring you and giving you this proclamation from the town of Chapel Hill honoring Owen Harrington for his Eagle Scout project. Whereas the Boy Scouts of America fosters leadership, citizenship, and service through its distinguished Eagle Scout program. And whereas Owen Harrington, a member of Troop 352B in the Frontier District of the Middle Tennessee Council, has demonstrated extraordinary dedication to the community by successfully completing an Eagle Scout project that reflects commitment to improving public spaces. And whereas this project involved the thoughtful planning, construction, and installation of benches and a picnic table, which will now serve as a valuable additions to the town of Chapel Hill's Veterans Park, providing residents and visitors with comfortable seating and enhancing the area's overall usability and aesthetic appeal. And whereas Owen Harrington exhibited outstanding leadership in coordinating his initiative, including seeing a need for such a project, procuring material and supplies for the construction through various vendors and donations, engaging volunteers, completing the final project on schedule while ensuring the project's completion with excellence. And whereas the contribution of these amenities not only meets a community need, but also inspires others to take pride in and give back to our shared spaces. Now therefore, on behalf of the town of Chapel Hill, we hereby recognize and commend Owen Harrington for exceptional service and leadership, and offer congratulations on achieving the rank of the Eagle Scout, and express our gratitude for the lasting impact on our community. Furthermore, let this proclamation serve as a testament to the dedication and hard work of Owen Harrington, and as encouragement to others to follow his exemplary path of service and commitment. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the town of Chapel Hill be affixed this 9th day of June, 2025. Congratulations, Mayor. I'm gonna
Thank you
put
very
If you hold tight there for a minute, I'm gonna get you a picture here.
I mean, I'll hold it up. Make it all
Yes, y'all shake hands, hold it up, or whatever you wanna do there.
We're good between the flags.
Yeah, let's come over here to this side.
I was on the picnic table, I was gonna put a handicap sticker on one.
Well, the edges are extended further out.
Yeah.
I noticed that in your picture, it's really good.
So that way, someone who's in a wheelchair would be able to.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna send me yours.
Oh, I'm jealous of the shop you got to work in.
Yeah, it's a very nice shop, and really thankful the guy allowed us to borrow it.
Congratulations, young man.
Very good.
Going forward, y'all, we go to B, approve or deny ordinance 2025-002. That is amending the official zoning map of the town of Chapel Hill.
Yes, this is regarding classification of property located, parcel ID 026-044-.00. It's currently zoned as R1, and they're asking to be zoned to B2. This is the first reading of this, and again, this is along the corridor that we initially said. And if you remember, we allowed people to opt out when we first did the corridor and zoned it B2, and in this case, this particular landowner did, opt out of that, and at this time, he's now coming before, or they are coming before, the meeting to request zoning from R1 to B2. Any questions for Mr. Howes here to represent the landowner?
If you don't have any questions, I'll make a motion to approve.
Got a motion approved, I have a second. All in favor?
We need to,
You gonna vote?
yeah. Alderman Piper,
Yes.
Alderman Brown,
Yes.
Alderman Gilbert,
Yes.
Alderman Sedlak,
Yes.
Alderman Pearson.
Yes.
And Alderman King is absent. All right.
Do I have to do one more reading?
Yes.
Discussions. Got a special call meeting coming up, you already scheduled that for next Monday, is that correct?
We just have, but we need to officially do it.
All right.
So if somebody wouldn't mind making a motion to
Mr.
have
Mayor?
a special call meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to have a special call meeting on June the 16th at 6 p.m. for purposes of budget.
Thank you.
Got a motion? Got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right. What we got for next is the employment.
Employment postings, I'd like to request the board at this time to move to an executive session to discuss personnel and, employment postings.
I'll make a motion. You have a motion?
Have a motion, okay.
Second.
Motion, got a second, all in favor? All opposed?
Okay, we'll need to ask the public, if you will, to step outside. It'll just take a few minutes for us to discuss this, and then when it's over, we'll bring. There will be no votes taken during this session. It's simply for discussion of personnel.
Okay.
All right, briefly, we have got a couple of things going on as far as hiring goes. We've got a position at the water department that we're going to be advertising for real soon. You know, our new budget starts in July, so we'll be looking to bring somebody in for it. This person will be probably a general labor at first, but there will be certifications that they'll have to pass and get, on board with. This is to help us run our treatment plan as well, our wastewater treatment plan as well. We also have, Chief, are you planning on advertising that next month?
Yes.
Our officer that we're going to be adding to the PD, that will be added, next month. We'll do the advertising for it and certification on it. I'll probably, end up, I guess, promoting Amy, if you wanna call it promotion, as planning coordinator. She, is coordinating planning commission type agendas, as well as, coordinating the paperwork on that. And also make her where she's kind of the head person for the office to go to. There's an issue here. She's very good, very detailed oriented, so she'll have that. So those will be some changes that we'll see, in our organization.
They'll still come to me on financial and all that.
Yeah.
He's talking about water department.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, moving parts as we get ready to go into the fiscal year next month, which begins next month. And I think it'll be a good chance for, the town to, again, as we continue to grow, to add these new positions and to, basically take on, the new challenges that we have, so. That's, kinda it in a nutshell. And again, I've agreed to work with you through August.
We need to talk about your job posting.
Yeah, we need, what do you guys want to end up doing on that?
On all the jobs that are coming available, Danny, do you foresee anybody that's currently with the town of Chapel that could be promoted up into these positions rather than to bring new people from the outside in? I mean, obviously you're gonna have to still do that, but maybe they come in at a different role than what some of these other Cause these are pretty high positions, it sounds like.
Right, it's, as far as my position, the town administrator role, yeah, you've got a good man right here, if he wants to take it on. He knows the numbers very well, he knows some of the stuff I've been going through on everything from water to planning to the politics behind the scene. With that being said, you will have to hire a treasurer, because he won't be able to do that, and he'll tell you that. I mean, I'm not speaking for him, he's here, but.
Could I ask for job description, qualifications?
We have that.
We will have, get that out, and that'll be part of the job.
We got the same one we gave Danny, we made up not that long
I
ago.
don't know what the,
Yeah,
Well, we do need, what I need from the board, I guess, is, before you post it, is a salary range for one thing. Cause it's.
Is that something we can bring up to the
different than
budget,
it is.
budget meeting coming up? Special plan meeting, budget, that's
Either
under the budget,
passing
right?
the budget or not passing it next time, so. That would just be, if you're gonna pay more, we would just do a budget amendment
Gotcha.
later.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they'll need to know the salary range as well as, well, like you said, a general job description.
The salary range is already in the budget,
Mm.
right? I'm concerned about, you know, what the salary range is, what type of.
That's the thing, I mean, we've got his salary in the budget, but if you're gonna end up having to pay more, you're gonna have to have a budget amendment later.
Budget amendment to change it.
And if it's only a couple $1,000s, you can probably take away from something else, but if it's extensive.
I feel like the town really lucked up with Danny as far as, you know, Danny taking a loss to take the position. Myself, I know that's a headache of a job to have, and
It is at
I know
times.
that, like, you know, in my opinion, it's an underpaid position for what everything you deal with the town of Chapel. And so I think someone brought a comment up that the assistant city manager at Franklin was 200,000 or something roughly. Now I know Franklin's a lot different than Chapel Hill, but that's the assistant as well.
Yeah.
You know? I think hiring within the town, you know, certainly if Philip would be interested in it, you know, that'd be a good candidate for us to look at, you know, and then whoever else will still apply.
Well, that's kind of what looked at is, if that's the case, and of course you'd have to hire a treasurer, and the recording's responsibility, I'd probably put on Amy, cause she's done that, she's good at it, and she can do it, and has the certification for that, so that would be, an opportunity,
That's gonna be taking a lot of planning, too, though, 'cause she.
Yeah, so she'd have to give up some, but we've got Tanya that I think can take on some, so it's kind of a shell game, kind of moving parts here and there, but bottom line is, I think we've got some very capable, and that's my recommendation to this board, is that, you know, whoever you choose in this role, it needs to be somebody that works well with this team, because we've got some very good people in place right now. They're doing a good job, and the chemistry is something you need to be careful about, because I don't have to remind y'all know where you were 3.5 years ago, so. That's kind
I would suggest that the board speaks with employees that deal with people every day to see, you know.
strengths and weaknesses.
How they feel, cause I mean, you just don't replace him, so.
Unless we don't accept his resignation.
He's gonna leave
I appreciate the kind words, but it's, you know, I've got a couple other things we're working on, trying to get done and finish for, as the board has directed, and we're making some progress on that, but the next big thing will be to help or assist with this role, cause, I feel like we've progressed to a good point, hasn't been perfect, but then again, tell me somewhere it is, so, but we're doing some good things. You got a good team in place, you got some good department heads. They need, they need somebody in here that they can go to, listen to, and at the same time, take direction from.
Do we meet with these employees individually, as a group? I mean, I feel like individually.
I would just, you know, if you want to, you can drop in and say, hey, people around, go to the water department. I don't think you can actually do it as a group without it being a public meeting.
This doesn't have to get posted through TDEC unless we want them to help bring somebody in, or it has to.
MTS, no, it doesn't.
I mean, that was.
There will be, we'll have to post it in, was it TML?
You don't have to.
No, we don't have to.
You don't, I mean, you can post it in the newspaper and that'd be it,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
if
I
you
know
want a
that-
good candidate.
Well, that was
you
just a
need to
long,
post it
long
in
drawn out
places.
thing that we went through last time.
I think that's because you got MTS to run the search for you.
That might have
We did.
been-
You can post a job on MTS's website, which people all over the country see, and they have nothing to do with the hiring and all that.
Okay. I know that.
So
last
when you
time it was
ask them
long.
to come in, yeah,
I'd
it
rather
gets a
them
little
not
hairy.
do the hiring, unless that's what y'all wanna do. I'd like for this board to do the hiring. We can use their website, don't mean they have to hire, is that right?
And I would suggest you quit taking applications before your next work session. Just to start going over.
See what you get. But you will have to give them a ballpark what they're gonna make, guys, I mean, that's,
So for your position, who are taking applications for? Your position,
Town
water
administrator.
department?
Yeah, town administrator.
Number one.
The first
Yeah,
thing.
And then water department?
water department, we've got our.
We've already budgeted out the water department.
Yeah, water department and
They'll come
police
in.
we're taking care of,
How many licenses?
They'll come
do
in as
How many
hourly.
licenses they have to have?
depends on what they're in.
They'll have to have some license, won't they?
Yeah, well,
It's
they'll
gonna
have to get
cost.
certified.
For what?
We've calculated that.
For water or
Yeah.
yes.
They'll have to be trained for a year before they can go get any license.
I got you.
So it'll be basically just a labor position.
Okay. I didn't know, being at that new facility, they had to have
Yeah,
some.
the minimum qualification, you gotta be here a year before you can
Okay.
get a license because of the state
So that's-
requirements.
So it'll be about a year time it's online, if we get them started quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we've gotta get them in and then get
Yeah.
them trained and then
Agreed.
start pushing them towards certification, so.
Perfect, yeah.
That's kinda where we're at on that.
What, who, Brian certified, Richie?
Brian, Richie, Cindy, and me.
So we have 4 that can run.
Got you.
Danny, do we have an idea of what City of Lewisburg, what some of these other towns around us are paying for your role?
I don't. It's more than what I'm making, so I've avoided going there if I had to. I don't know.
We're gonna have to be competitive. Or we're not
Yes.
gonna find anyone.
I
Keep that
am,
in mind when talking
we,
about police department.
we turned in a salary survey to MTS, this past year. And by being one of the towns that does that, you are privy to the information of all the towns. And you can see what, anybody else that turns the salary survey in, you can see what the salaries for every position are. So I can look that up pretty easy and let you know.
You look, similar towns our size has turned it in, and
And you can go from,
I'd say they're
you
six
can go
figures.
from a little below that to a little over.
You think they are?
It's just put,
I'd say they're
Per
6 figures or
experience.
more, over 6 figures.
some are, some may, won't be.
It would depend on the candidate's resume.
Absolutely. it
Oh,
does.
absolutely, that's why I say
It
you all,
does.
you gotta have a range though, and say depending upon qualifications and experience.
So do they get insurance?
They do.
I'm saying that
family coverage,
families stuff.
That's gonna be another thing.
might be something to
Just
discuss.
for them, family won't be included, right? Is that what we decided?
Up front.
I think that's what we discussed, wasn't it? Which brings up another thing, I don't know how hard it'd my insurance is really, really good, and it's Cigna. And I mean, I don't wanna see our people get shoveled to the wayside, but crunching some numbers, what my deductible is and what I have to come out of pocket is pretty, actually it's less than what the city employee has to pay to meet their yearly deductible. I don't know if y'all,
Well,
if that's
that's
something
just
y'all wanna look at.
because of the policy type you have, it's not because of the company. I mean, we could get Cigna and have the exact same policy we have right now. It's just a matter of how much you wanna pay for it.
I don't know about the insurance world. That might be something we might need to start looking at.
And we all, actually, I spoke with a guy yesterday, Jim Malone came back by.
Yeah.
He's a broker, and I told him to stop back by in October when we were going through open enrollment. And, tell me what he could do. And then we've also talked to the state of Tennessee girl.
Yeah.
And state offers Blue Cross Blue Shield as well as Cigna. And, so
That'll be a comparison.
we get a comparison. We did that 2 years ago, and it was about $8 a year difference.
Really?
So it was, yeah, it wasn't worth the change. Actually, the $8 was in our favor anyway.
Well, I think first step is advertising, and then I think eventually maybe we'll have a special call meeting that I would ask the board to be at. And discuss the salary, and discuss how we're gonna advertise, and discuss what we wanna do. You're not gonna solve it right here tonight.
We need to do the advertising and get the job posted
Yep.
quickly.
So we need to do that.
So for now, for the advertisement, do you just wanna put depending on experience?
I can do
salary,
that.
Depending on.
Put
Do
it in
that.
there. Just don't put a number and just put salary dependent upon experience and
That's even
qualifications.
better, that's good. That's good,
And they'll interview with the board.
yeah,
We did last time.
Yeah, the board
we'll have to set up a
is
special
the
meeting.
boss of the city
Yeah,
manager
this
and
position
myself.
reports directly to you guys.
Well,
If we, the 16th, next Monday, can we have it ready that we can have that meeting after the first meeting on the budget?
Maybe we can have some numbers,
Or is that too quick for you?
What are
to
you
do
saying, have ready?
The qualifications. For the hire. of the
Hey,
town
We can
If
have
we're
ready
just
tomorrow
putting
and
up
post it.
on, we can post it tomorrow, if all we gotta do is put salary dependent upon experience and
or y'all just gonna do the
qualifications.
paper, or y'all wanna do Amcash, what we just doing the paper, local paper?
Cause nobody reads it.
That's true.
I agree with that.
You need to put it out, if you wanna find qualified candidates, you need to put it where the people will see it. The people that
Municipalities will-
care about
They
the
care
job
about the
would
job.
see it.
Facebook,
Everything else is.
people see it there.
Yeah, it's our website.
So when will we start accepting applications, you say?
July.
If we post it tomorrow, we can start
Immediately.
accepting them the next day.
But I mean, stop, what did I say, start or stop?
You said start.
I'm sorry, I thought it said stop.
I would stop, around the 8th or 9th of July, cause the work session's on the 9th.
You could have them do by noon.
Since we moved it to the second
July
Wednesday
9th.
because of the
Okay,
fourth.
That'll get you about 3 weeks.
Well, it's a month from today.
Yeah, that would give you,
30
4
days.
weeks.
yeah.
Sounds good to me.
No later than July, what?
Have them
I'd
in
say
by
noon,
July.
July 9th, you can tell them what time.
If it's not turned in by then, then
You
we don't find nothing, we put it back out there again.
That'd be
But
awesome.
we'll have plenty of people apply.
Let's get it rolling.
I would say you'll get probably 20 to 30 applications in. Then we will get it posted. I kinda drew it up with no salary on it anyway, so.
And then water, same thing, we're gonna post it.
Yeah, we'll post that and get that out, and, you know,
That's where already in the budget.
Yeah, we'll all start the interview process, I have them go through Donnie and myself to get that done.
If you go onto MTS's website and just click job, what is it, job opportunities,
I think so, yeah.
whatever it is, at the very top, it shows you all across the state, every city that puts it on there, all the jobs, and so that's where that will go, and we can also put it on the TML Municipal League website. They usually don't have as many more, theirs are more of the higher up jobs, such as city manager.
So it'll be job description and qualifications, correct?
Todd, any legal input on any of that, or?
Not really at this stage. We get into the selection and interview, like, whether have them task this, what they can do, sometimes do is just provide a list of interview questions that are legal,
Yeah.
so.
I've got it.
And then sometimes the hardest part is just coordinating it, cause anytime more than two of you meet, it does have to be public, including, group interview with the candidates, so. But that's just
I would
usually,
suggest probably going to work session and narrowing it down significantly, and then possibly one day, whenever everybody could do it, maybe have to do it on Saturday, I don't know. But have interviews one right after the other.
It's probably a pretty long process.
It will.
Philip, would, if you were interested in it, would you have to apply as well, fill out the same application as
I
everyone
would.
else, or? Do you know if you're gonna do that yet? I think we should think about it, Mr. Rob.
It's been on my mind.
Danny, will you be available to, I mean, I'm assuming he can be available to help.
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll be glad to assist anyway.
He said if I took it, he's gonna block my number.
I'll find a way to get around it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Be nice to him, he may fire you between now.
He's not my boss.
You're the
are.
board of it. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, I'll be glad to assist and everything, and, you know, we can start looking at qualifications and all that. And Philip and I, before we put it out, we'll kind of look at what he's got, kind of summary of where we're at and go from there, so. All right, I appreciate it.
What are
guys.
the qualifications for the position? Like, when you have to have a degree, or
Yeah, you need a degree.
is it required? Or just not
It's
anything?
just highly,
It's gonna be hard to get the job.
Yeah.
without an accounting degree.
Yeah. I don't know if I want somebody in without it.
you don't necessarily have to have it in accounting, but you need at least a business, some type of business degree with an accounting background, which is what I have. I don't have an accounting degree. So I've got like 24 hours of mine, or,
He knows his numbers, gentlemen, and he's been very helpful for this role. It's what I've told, and Donnie can attest to this, and any department head, chief, this role does not need a lot of yes people around them. They need people that give some facts, make a decision. And he's a good one to say, you can't do that because of this, you know, and Donnie agreed. Yeah, Donnie's been shot out of that office many times today, ain't funny, but, there's a lot of things, you know, we've got a good working relationship, and when Phil, when I first interviewed him, talked to him, that was one of the things, first things I told him, I said, there's a lot going on, I was green as a gourd, still learning a lot of things from past administration, what to clean up, and, he had hit the ground running, and of course, 2 weeks after I was here.
yeah, I've actually already been city manager for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's right, he did serve that role for 3 weeks when I was out for heart surgery, so anyway,
And I had no idea about anything then.
so there's a lot that I've shared with him as I've tried to copy him in on a lot of the things as we went through, to let him know that, hey, this is what I'm thinking, just so you know. Well, that doesn't concern me. Well, I know that, but you need to know where I'm coming from, so you see the big picture, and that's kind of where we've gone. But anyway, we'll get to work on that tomorrow and keep you guys updated as we go. Anything else? Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You need a motion for adjournment?
I do.
I'd like to make a motion for adjournment.
I'll give you a
You
second.
got a motion? Just there waiting for somebody to do it. No problem.
Oh, congratulations, man, and great job. You do fine work, fine work. It looks really good. I'm excited about that.
Thank you.
We may have to, I may have to contract, do some private work for you. You did a really good job, man. That's very impressive, very impressive. So I'm proud of you.
My parents are offended.
Really good.